Recording in progress.
Hi, it's Collette from the Sacred Rose Temple, and I was feeling today to do this recording with regards to all the energy that is around and the transformation of, the individual and society and the whole kind of disastrous show that we're seeing in our world at the moment. So I've really been feeling into my own growth as, the foundation of why I teach is because I'm on this deep spiritual journey, doing work on myself through psychoanalysis and therapy and the Jungian model that I just has found completely life-changing, and also within my more nature-based practice, in that I am like what I would call like a kitchen witch, in that I do my own herbal remedies and medicines for the family. I work on the land here in France growing food, trying to create a community, as well as my bigger online community and the courses and the work that I offer through the Sacred Rose Temple. So this has all been in the air at the moment for me. I've been thinking about how do I wish to go forward in the future with my work, and how is the changes that are occurring in me through this individuation work and through the inner work and the trainings I've been doing in druidry and celebrancy and in the Jungian work itself. How does that change me as a person, and what are the changes demanding of me? Now, that's where I want to frame that in the kind of collective unconscious movement that's happening at the moment. Having my fingers on many people that I work with, I often am able and lucky enough to see certain themes occurring. And this one for me is particularly dense at the moment, and that is many people finding themselves in an internal conflict. Now, the conflict often manifests itself outside of the self. And so this internal conflict will manifest as, say, a problem with another person. That might be in your relationship. That could be a friendship. It might be the workplace. It might be the home. But the conflict that arises outside of the self is actually a conflict that is happening inside of you. And the matter that is out there, say the partner or the job, is trying to meet you and match you and say, this struggle is happening inside of you. This is a conflict that's inside of you that is manifesting on the outside. So, for example, if I'm in conflict in my relationship, then I'm understanding, because of the work that I'm doing on myself at the moment, that my partner is materializing as my animus, my masculine pillar inside of me. And the conflict that's occurring there is asking me to resolve it internally. How can I change? How can I prevent this situation? What is my part in this? And what is that showing me? I also really use my dreams to support that. So the Jungian dream analysis framework is super important for me, in that I can decode and analyze the themes from the unconscious that are actually trying to help me. So this morning I was led into a kind of waking dream that was showing me that there was certain memes that I'd been sharing that had deep messages for me. And so I've looked at them today, and they're stirring something inside me. But what we need to do, first of all, is the energy, like there's a lot of astrology happening, as there always is, but the placements at the moment are also really supporting us to grow. So what's the conflict that's showing itself? And I'll give you an example. Someone said this week to me that she was really feeling upset about religion, and that needed to be internalized and the projection brought back to her own self. And that involves, first of all, dealing with your shadow. So, shadow, as Jung said, is the apprentice piece. It's actually such a big word in the collective at the minute, and many people are stumbling upon shadow work now, knowing that it's quite life changing. And that apprentice piece is actually really difficult. Apprenticeship is not easy. It's where you learn all the things that you need to learn, also all the tests and all the mistakes. So the apprenticeship of shadow work is really deep and long and frustrating and hard. And I find that when I work with people with shadow work, I'm often met with lots of resistance, and then can kind of see those people thinking they're doing shadow work, but they're not prepared to go through the resistance. They're not prepared to say, these are the bad things I am. These are the things that are being highlighted to me through these sessions. And I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, all of those things that come up when we admit that the shadow behaviors are there and they're being highlighted in sessions. And I'm not just saying that that's something I do with people, that's something I do with my own analyst, that he brings to me all the places that he sees within my psyche that are out of alignment, that are in shadow. And I go through the same difficulty, the same wrangle, the same fight, less these days because I've been doing it for some years now. And there's actually a deeper part of me that's like, please show me these parts because I know they're deeply detrimental to me. And that deep detriment has caused me to project upon other people and situations. And the difficulty is always bringing back the projection. And for me at the moment, that's deeply working with my animus, my masculine energy, we might call it, that is often causing me great conflict within my life and situations and relationships and work, etc. So I'm asking you in this video really to have a little think about what areas of conflict are currently occurring in your life. Where are the projections? Where are you sending the issue outside of yourself? And then where can you pull back that projection and take that as a mirror that's trying to show you something about yourself? And what is it trying to show you? You can ask for help with unraveling this by analyzing dreams. I'm quite open to helping people with dream analysis if anybody wants to book a dream session, or even just like a psycho exploration of the current situation that you're in, and trying to then fathom out what are the messages. And that's why I love the dreams, because they're the unconscious messages, they're the teachers really. And once you start to understand those and how these things come to you from the unconscious, you become like your own master and your own teacher of finding out what it is that's got you stuck at the moment. So think about these themes now. Some of us are stuck in deep cycles of conflict within relationship, conflict within ourselves. That's why we're in such conflict in the world. Some of us are struggling with deprivation and poverty. We're stuck with getting our gifts out to the world, or we're just stuck in general. And all this doesn't have to be. There are ways to move this energy. And in the society we live in the time in our consciousness, all is possible right now. So pick up whatever theme is occurring in your life that needs working with, apply some, delving into it, some time, some meditation time, some sitting with it time, and just come into a space where you start to question your own self. What wants to change in me? What wound, what trauma, what behavior in me is creating this in my life? And so that's why I'm living this situation, I'm living this depression, I'm living this loneliness, I'm living this scarcity. There's something in me that can change to release that out of my life. And that's where I always find great hope, whatever situation I'm in, because I'm doing the work on myself. I know I will eventually come out of it. The deeper, the darker it is, the more rewarding it is when I finally make sense, make peace, make conscious what has been going on inside my psyche. So I really wanted to share that today. I've just had a wonderful weekend in the land this week. We are building a sacred structure, and we have decided to, really try to work on our local community as well as my online community. And for me, just being with the thorns and the earth and the mud. I was digging trenches yesterday to allow the springs on our land to like flow under our sacred summit. And I felt really good all weekend. And today is office day. I've put my jumper on and I'm sat by the fire and I'm writing content and more courses and some ideas about how I can get a wider community of women together who are hell-bent on change and changing the world around us. So if that sounds like you, stay tuned. There will be more offerings coming, and just stick with what's happening to you at the moment. There is light at the end of the tunnel if you choose to dig through that tunnel. So bye for now.